have some heading, usefulness of the food. Now, I know majorly all of us here might know the usefulness of the food. Now, I don't know how many of you can tell me the usefulness of taking in food. What is the essence of eating? So, well, I know that this is not of importance because all of us know, though if you ask some people now, they don't know the reason why we take in food. Okay, number one is that, one, to supply energy, to supply energy. That is number one. Because when you take in food, then it will gives the body energy. So, and when you talk about this energy that is being released, it's just like what we have discussed so far. Now, the energy, the food that you've taken will be stored in the form of starch. As you've taken the starch, now by the process whereby an insulin convert them from that particular starch to glucose, it will gives you energy. So, the excess of taking in food by either plant or animal is to supply energy. Now, number two, usefulness of food is to replace worn out tissue. Yes, to replace worn out tissue is another usefulness of taking food. Now, how does it replace worn out tissue? Worn out tissue. Now, understand, I want to take you far now, but taking far, that is SS3 scheme, but I just want for you to understand majorly what is here. When you enter into what to call the functions of the liver, one, we have what to call the production or storage of essential vitamins. And that essential vitamins talk about the proteins. And when you talk about discuss protein, protein means it is a food substance that is responsible of replenishing or replacing worn out tissue. So when you feed, it helps the body system, most especially what we call the white blood cells and the red blood cell in the body system, to bridge the clotting of blood. And thereby, if you have something like a wound, it will now heal off as fast as possible. Why? Because there is an energy or there is a food in the body. By the production, though, there are other things that are there, which I don't know if I explain them now, you understand. Okay, now let's quickly understand that when you take in food, it helps in the production of what we call prothrombin. And that prothrombin must be converted by what we call thrombokinase to what we call thrombin. And thrombin will be converted by what we call fibrinogenase into what we call fibrinogen. Then they will convert it to what we call fibrinogen. From fibrinogen, it will now be converted to what we call fibrin. Now it seems as if I'm speaking Latin, but I'm telling you what is inside your biology. So now, to replace worn out tissue, So when all those things comes out, when the fibrin appear, it is the fibrin that cause what we call scab. When you see somebody that has wound, watch the front of that wound. You see something that seems as if it cover it. Sometimes it seems as that scab come up. So sometimes some small children normally use their hand to scratch it or remove it out for you to see a red environment or red inside there. So that thing that covered the particular wound is what we call scab. And that thing form as a result of replacing worn out tissue. Because once you have a damage in your body system, it is a damage already. So the body needs to replace that particular place that has been damaged by the production of that what we call fibrin and scab. So through what the action of fibrinogen, prothrombin by the thrombokinase, and what we call thrombin itself. So these are the things that happen. Right? The usefulness of food. So if you are not eating, if you are not feeding, you find it difficult to replace worn out tissue. Now number three, usefulness of energy is for maintenance of steady environment. Maintenance of steady environment. Yeah. Yes, so that the body system will keep on moving all the time. Regulation, the action of the kidney, the action of the liver. You know, when you come to kidney, we have what we call osmolar regulation. Osmolar regulation, the maintenance of the balance of salt and water in the body system. So it is the presence of food in the body system will cause a steady environment. We have what we call selective reabsorption. There must be what the body will reabsorb if there is food in the body system. So these are the things we have when you talk about maintenance of steady environment. Number 4, we talk about transportation. Transportation within the system. For easy transportation, you can put it like that. For easy transportation or transportation within the body system. Transportation within the body system. Yeah. So the presence of food which we take in the body will make it possible for the transportation of other things. Now, let me just take this. Have you ever seen where a doctor or nurse prescribe drug to somebody without taking food first? Can any of you tell me the reason why a doctor or a qualified orthodox medical practitioner will tell you first of all to eat before you take drug? Why? Because without taking food, you find it difficult for the transportation of the drug inside the system. The food that you take will dissolve. After the dissolution of the food, it will now mix with the blood. And once it mixes with the blood, now with the drug that you take, it will now help for the transportation of that particular drug that you have taken so far. So another function or the reason, usefulness of the food that we take is for easy transportation of material within the body system. These are the usefulness of food. Also, another thing, why the usefulness, number 5, why we take in food, the usefulness of food is that it helps to supply minerals. It helps to supply minerals. And when I talk about supplying minerals, I don't mean Coke, Fanta. You understand? Something of that nature. No, because sometimes when I was teaching somewhere, when I say supplying of mineral, some people say example of mineral, I told them, they say, Coke, we have mineral, we have Coke, we have Fanta. No, not like that. Now we have what we call mineral element, or what we can simply call micronutrient and macronutrient. And from this particular mineral, supplying of mineral within the body, it will take us now to another subheading. And what is this subheading? It is what we call mineral salt. So let's quickly go to mineral salt. Mineral salt under here. Now when you have mineral salt, what are these mineral salts we are talking about? Mineral salts or elements. Mineral salts or elements. Mineral salts or elements. Now it is under nutrients. We can also call them what we call nutrients. When you come to nutrients, when you talk about minerals, we are talking about all those things that supplies the body, the plant or human being with energy. They are responsible for the metabolisms or for the activities of the body systems. These are what we call mineral salt. So as we go further, you will see most of them. Under this mineral element or what we call nutrients, we have two major of mineral salts. We have what we call macronutrients or mineral salts. You can put it like that. Or micromineral. We have what we call micro. Number 2, micro. We have micronutrients / minerals. These are the things we have under this mineral salt. Now, what are these macro? Just like you can just use your brain as a mature person to differentiate them. Macro, large. Micro, small. So, like sometimes you hear microscope. microorganisms. Micros, so tiny. So now when you talk about macro, large, they are those nutrients or elements that are required by the body or by the plant in a large quantity. That is the meaning of macro. Macro nutrients or macro mineral. All those mineral elements that are required in a large quantity for the plant to carry out its function or for the body to carry out its function, they are required in a large quantity. Whereas when you talk about micro, they are those that are required in a small quantity. You don't need to take them excess. You don't need to take the body, even the plant does not need to take the mineral salt of micro excess. So they require it in a minute, in a small quantity for them to perform their action. So now what are the example of macronutrient? What are the macronutrients? Now there is one particular formula that I use to distinguish them, because sometimes you see in equation say which of the following is not one of the macro mineral or macronutrient. If you are not within my formula now, just quickly get to my formula. If you are not within my formula, then you can't find it in any book. You find it difficult to differentiate them. Now we have what I call NPK micros.